Welcome back to CCBC, and I must interrupt this week's broadcast because I have lots of projects and I am very tired now, so, we are taking this week to do a history on cheese. Now, you might be saying, B, we don't need to know anything on the history of cheese, and to that I say, you're wrong. Cheese originates from a small tribe of cheese makers in Italy. They named themselves the Cheeses. Now, the Cheeses lived in the east, and to the west they had their competition named the Milkers. They had a long and complicated relationship. The daughter of the Milkers was married to the king of cheese, Shi I, who we will be referring to as King Shi. They created the cheese empire, which started to invade on the lands of the Milkers. They were not pleased whatsoever with this turn of events, and they began to rebel. King Shi began underground secret projects creating artificial cheese life. Many of the civilians were not okay with this happening because it took so much cheese away from the public, which was their main source of food. Eventually, King Shi created this gigantic cheese robot that terrorized the lands of the Milkers, allowing more room for cheese kingdom expansion. But, as we all know, cheese is prone to melting. As they inched farther up Milker land, they began to experience heat waves. This made their cheese walls begin to crumble and melt. Finally, the Milkers had a chance to reclaim what was theirs, and they spent their time plotting against them. But, as the Milkers were invading, all of a sudden a giant volcano came and ruined Chi Valley. It was a devastating time, covering the cheese artifacts under layers of lava and ash. Then, one day a scientist by the name of Dr. Van Cheese, great-great-great-great-great-great-grandson of King Chi, found his recipes for cheese. He then brought forward his cheese upon the world. But, this cheese was off. It didn't taste good, but Dr. Van Cheese was too proud of himself to give this up, so he brainwashed everyone to think it was actually good. This is why modern society loves cheese, but only the great descendants of King Chi know that this cheese is actually disgusting and we should not be eating it. Modern cheese is absolutely repulsive and stinky, and I say that we all boycott cheese because it's gross and everyone it. Okay, I might do another one of these again for other foods I hate. I mean that society needs to know the truth about. Play on catcraft.co because you can meet Roger and he is really cute. Okay, bye.